Abisha mamencheo na menna wasemu akwaba yemfase dama basayi adom no se ode nneso so e de ache yen. It's another episode of the Insight Exchange where we delve into issues and matters that needs to be talked about. Today we're diving into education, and trust me, the show is going to be lovely and you're going to love the show because we have someone who is well learned and educationist right here in the studio, and we are going to talk a lot about education sector. Abusha membo na enwuma suamu no yentimi ndi nkomo kakra e wo ho no mo a ene opani a ene ne di nkomo no e opani a ne yeba na nwuma suamu a onimde e wo mu enti na yeda edi kan a o hwe me a don't forget to give me a thumbs up na fe wa like a share etimi dia mai na abusuakuo no etimi ayekese me di kwa me adamu water fridge na ansana e hwe na yetimi a share nkomo bonase no ene oye oba na obesiesie wo ho na wetimi apamanta de etimi a share amana yefa evidash clothing ena me che say bomodin na one won enkonkodi kasubom wono na epamata de ndia ma oye oba free utri so kosi unase na obeluku se africana eye vidash clothing na ebo wo enkran kataman so no butuo me kira akra kataman so no butuo one won ni nkomo na obommodin a ema no eye voice note a obehwe na afei wetimi dia ma se be obetimi a kira wo style no na wetimi ate ase ntem ade ama wo ntene man voice note oh WhatsApp na fa style no fa send no obehwe na wetimi aye dia ma nationwide baby a wo biara no obey the amount. Number no 0544-626953. 0544-626953. Abusia mienko na fei yentimi ending komo na memma openi akwaba na fei ending komo. Mr Emmanuel Ahazi, educationist and of course a businessman. Ene yene no ena ending komo no. Papa akwaba.
Njo openi kase.
Bijiri se nyumde umpomboko.
Na mnya daruma ho ye pa na wonso e
I am another, and I'm Bible, your wedding. You shall be to say, Yache.
You
shall be such a one auntie and auntie. You just said we shall be a way.
Be a who pa.
And also, you didn't come our young woman. I was here, a better. Then saying, woman, I take a different dimension. Said the technology, AC aging, he said the teaching and learning, AC chrono. What you say? Woman no and education not take a different dimension. Boss, how do you see or describe this current trend in education sector in terms of technology education?
Yo, when you am that's it. Me chia obi biara a o tie o mufidi kese so. Na afin so me na say akonya kese a so mu dia mai na nukrenie si ehwe educational trend a on say emre bi etwem no na adesua enya ade a eti se nemle mu esan se emre bi na etwem no na mpempi no nyo bebre na akoye tuare buku nkan fagu trim ni sa nyomo nene wo ho basisi no me se nam abefo computer badumba nti ani AI na other intelligent platforms abeka education nti ama sisi no animdie akosoro pa animdie no akosoro on all aspects of the areas, economically, politically, socially, all other aspects. In fact, upon energy is Ushima curriculum Cecilia abang a roll out from the I think say primary level no Ediba a year senior high school no to me say we are trying our best say be inculcating in the learners or more 21st century skills. Say you can 21st century skills any say ubenya enimidia and no betima boa mo watima couple with the current trend. In fact, say who sunya de na amanaman nyina internationally wo mu ko monim owo abefu kwan so mo di sunya de mo di yedwuma owo offices ni mo di yenwoma kase na say wa just wo system no and I say we curriculum no na suit to the demands of the I think say the country na say wo ya achia kakra enu nti the government has come to realize say there is the need say you be structure yen curriculum no into share from the primary to a year, I mean from the nursery abepim a year primary 6 no omo din kan ekọ year omo courses ahodo bebre a new curriculum no otimi se Ghana ampo ebe de ja no bebre be de omo nya quantitiem se ne be ya omo blending the ICT so the ICT no and the major but a little problem I want say accessibility of network to ebenya access to internet no and all the areas nina was that kind of access no but those within the urban areas omo dey make us say there are enough coverage areas and access network access and only betimi ama omo timi access internet no any sa AI intelligent platforms na ma adesua etimi kama no nti in fact so wo hwe ye kona classroom asem na make kan sisi ama wate nyoma bi ase wo ba senior high sisi na I think say just last year na the new curriculum no omo roll it out na wo hwe den time ne minister na owo ho educhum also no the minister for education now before then no na I think say deputy and san
obey me na hu sense
good and almost roll out senior high school new curriculum no na new curriculum no ono so 21st century skills can na say so chere ni wo ko classroom a near say wo yes sisi ni say we be prepared by accessing information on the internet by using either the laptop or using the phone and the omo ehwese anka be ya ka student nso ombenya access to phone na ma omotimi aye more of research work because it seems say knowledge sisi any just with the teacher. You see, approach use to classroom now is mainly learner centered rather than teacher centered. See, I can't learner centered. I say, who was Zoom say student and learners woman in BB and son or mobile until you capitalize on the omu you bid on that one. Now, free one no what to us. Until in that case, woman more of learners express more of their view. Bibia free who learners and now who teaching was as the master of all knowledge. At first, that was the nature of educational system. The teacher come to the class, or bar now or no abejina ho, now or bibia ni onene or the student expect bibia free ho. But at this time, Rano and Tisa, say a year environment whereby you give more of chances to the learner. And in this case, see, approach your or more introducing say obey use collaborative method and also by group discussion and also more project work and so bonting now for instance ebia you be issue about let's say history of probably slave trade.
So history related out there now an kaso akwa solicit for the information.
Wo computer everyone say computer so and also by use phone na why your research about more into slave trade na ama wunya in-depth knowledge na anonu project work outside our no bo kwa
dey about
okay and human be ho so a anonu so say we extra curricular activities extracurricular activity and another co-curriculum no said we be yi nkola no and also we learners from the classroom no do o outside ama o manya the real view ati ase and say probably me kan me di back here for example say trips and no do o mbekwa na wo do o mo for instance say Elmina Castle so do o mo kono mo kwachon baby a senior slave nyuma no e course so digent won say na keep am for say finally ye di omo ship omo di ko Europe ni adanyo
so just to give them the exposure
exposure
what you are teaching them.
Good.
Okay. Dear, teaching and learning, how are teachers and students adapting these new 21st century skills?
The problem as you see no classroom no is more of resources.
Okay.
Even though government promised as at then the old government now no also minister no saying over supply all the learners with ICT and tools, that is a computer and normal, but it's really unfortunate say some few schools been any access to it, but other schools should be there I don't hopefully maybe the new government wabano no or make it maybe the effort to be able to get access to all these things, because resource materials prepare resource material very nice one this time around suit or children put note note a student na research no munya, but there are other resource materials prepare no say good student no a laptop ni ada no man so no use the referencing points what I say but
it means electronic devices are now needed in education.
But the student need orientation as how best they can make good use of those gadgets.
Okay, that was coming there because most students will misuse it. You will see some students using the phone for something, or the phone or the laptop for something different from apart from learning or doing research with the phone. So how are you trying will you solve these issues? Say be a student of a phone and a machine obetimi dia was a or the non vanya the from.
So we were told that they are going to structure it or build or make it in such a way that students will be restricted from accessing certain particular areas in terms of probably getting to the other websites which are not educative or are not best for learners.
Okay.
That is how we were told, because some particular company were tasked to put up the whole system all together. So they know how best they are going to limit them, so that, because we know definitely that if these curious learners, they are very curious, and once they are very curious, they may want to explore all other avenues apart from the one you have rather instructed them to do. So, and if care is not taken, they might end up probably researching into something differently. So, as we said, for now we have not had those gadgets, and those gadgets are not yet supplied to other schools, only some few schools. But if the government is to do that, I believe we will be able to achieve the targets. Okay. Do you get it? If the government is to supply the various senior high schools that we have with the tablet and other stuff. Okay. In fact, because the curriculum is to help us to meet the global standard. Global standard. You know, this time around, the work environment, you don't necessarily need the physical strength to be able to do particular work. You see, the introduction of this new technology, it is to enhance learning and productivity. The essence of these technological gadgets being in the system and speed up work. There are a lot of advantages that we can, talk of. And so, now that our structure, the curriculum has been structured in such a way that it will switch or to match with the productivity. The demands of the various companies or various employers. Do you get it? Because when you graduate from the school, you are actually being prepared for the work output
there.
You are being prepared so that when you get out, you can fit into the
job vacancies out there.
The job vacancies within the society.
Okay.
So having knowledge how to even manipulate the entire gadget is even very important. That one alone is also very essential. So the ICT areas, omo ye special, omo ye above omo children in secondary school, so omo so awa so die pa, and so ese omo ye because
those ICT teachers
and our department of various area secondary senior high schools no omo so role pa, ese omo ye de omo play anything. Then he say maybe name him how to even use the tablet.
Okay.
The being him say a computer no obey use. And so necessary who call a bontin na say who ko pay juma. ICT skills idea a hu nya kasa. We from my ye. A juma ni pa 1,000 be no. Computer here only few people to be able to do those kind of work.
Sure.
And I think say the new curriculum no, it is the best and I think is good for the current trend in this era we find ourselves. If students are to be very serious, I believe we will achieve better. You see, our much focus is always on resource oriented. You see, this our educational system. Most parents are much interested in the resource rather than the actual knowledge which is being imparted.
Sure.
You see, our focus should be.
The only thing they ask is your final year results.
Your final year results.
They don't care about what
they want to see you performing excellent.
Okay.
You see, they want to see you performing excellent.
Does it mean we are focusing only in the book but not practical?
That is the deviation. That is the real deviation. You see, our education system is supposed to prepare, as I said earlier on, prepare us to fit into the job market.
Sure.
You see, and so the skills acquired. For instance, we have technical institutions here. Right now, we call them TVET. TVET. The previous government was also focusing much on
the
TVET,
sure,
giving it more attention, and even I believe there was another one which is the science. Is it STEM education?
STEM education.
STEM education, that is also to champion science. You see, science is also playing major role in our developmental processes as far as the country development is concerned. And so these are the areas we're supposed to focus much. But the issue is, as we said earlier, the resource that much, most of the parents are more focused on just the result. Oh, my daughter or my son graduated or completed senior high school with grade 6 or grade 7. But the issue is how much of skills, knowledge he or she has acquired, of which can, help him or her to be able to fit into the society or fit into the job market. Okay. That should be the more our main focus.
Sure. Let's come here. Talking of distributing the tablet to students. Now let's see, when the student completes from their school, is he going with the tablet or he leaves it behind?
Oh.
Because maybe we share it today and the next year the students graduate away. Doesn't mean we are going to share different laptops or gadgets, or maybe it comes in the name of the school. After the school has they have completed, it is still there and another batch can still use them.
Okay, this was another contentious issue a lot of people were asking, that when the students are given the tablets, just as we asked, are they going to hand over after they have graduated from the school? That question up to date, we have not had an answer to it. But the most important thing is that it should be available so that they can make good use of it. Sure. It should be available in all other senior high schools so that they can make good use of it. Definitely, you know the nature of this our students. This is not the first time that this kind of things have been supplied or have made to students. You remember very well some years ago the NDC government previous Mahamal tablet and all those things If you
Sure,
remember
sure.
those days,
And even
but
some small laptops.
yeah, those small ones. But the duration, sustainability, durability, the durability, that is most often it's not of good quality. But this one, we hope that at least it can be sustained for a while, so that by the 3 years, you know, the new curriculum was rolled out with the Form 1s who are currently moving to Form 2.
Okay.
So the current new admission or academic year, we are going to have the second batch of the learners who are to be enrolled into the
New curriculum. Okay.
We currently have Form 2s who are now moving to Form 3, but they are not actually, being taught with the new curriculum, because they are still using the old, so they will fade out. Then the new ones will
replace them.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. We've seen people learning online, and most people too are complaining about it, that if you take your studies online, you won't get the quality and the best. Is it coming to stay? And if the online learning, is it coming to stay? And is it good for our education system?
Okay. I personally had experience with the online system, especially when the COVID-19 emerged. I think that was around 2020. Yes. I remember very well when COVID-19 emerged, and there was the need for us to halt the entire academic systems. Then there was the need for every institutions to now gear its focus on the use of these online platforms.
Sure.
And now we have different platforms: Google Chrome, Google Meet, Zoom,
Sure.
and then other online education platforms.
Sure.
To be frank with you, it is very, very good, because even before the COVID-19, personally, I was pursuing a master's degree at the University of Cape Coast, and I took advantage during my free period to access online course alison.com. That was a very fantastic one. Computer, it gives you a whole holistic understanding of the entire computer system. And it was online. The way the lecture or the whole teaching process goes on, it looked like you are just in the classroom.
In the classroom, okay.
There's no difference between the real interactions and then the online interactions. The issue, you have opportunity to ask any question, and you receive a feedback.
Personally, I also did some online programs from the Catholic University when I was pursuing that was the first degree in the communication. That was in journalism rather. That was another means we took advantage of. And most people are saying, when you are into online classes, you can't get the quality. So here, especially some courses that need practicals, is it going to help like courses like medicine and other courses that are practical?
You see, this discussion, I was just asking one of, it was just yesterday, I engaged one of, I think a friend at other place. She earlier pursued diploma, and she's now pursuing degree nurse. For he said it's, I think the course is public
health.
Public health, yes, public health. So I was even asking her, how does she enjoy such classes? So very effective, very good, because the lecturers have opportunity to be able to engage them, and ask several questions. Already she has had the foundation at the diploma level.
Sure.
But sometimes they also ask them to engage in internship with other health facilities.
Sure.
So a period is actually allocated for them to get the real practical.
Sure.
And then if they need the what do you call it, the picture videoing and other things, that material that are needed for them to get understanding of whatever they are doing, they are always shown on the what do you call it, the platform.
The platforms, sure.
So it enhances teaching and learning. Sure. To be frank with you, it enhances teaching and learning. The issue is we should accept that and do away with the critics. Okay. You see, most people are very conservative. They are hard to change. You see, we need to adapt when trend or when situation changes. If you learn to change, or we should be learning from even the advanced country. Sure. Let them ask what actually facilitated their development to their current status. You see, this is what we are supposed to be doing. For instance, when I said during the COVID-19, they introduced this online. To be frank, a lot of people were finding it difficult to access. But we had, I don't want getting to the middle, we became very much familiar with the system and we were all enjoying. It got to a point, sometimes, some people don't even know how to even turn on or off their mic.
Their mic, sure.
While the other one is talking, the lecturer is talking, the other one is also talking behind it. You know, on a Zoom application, that one, you see each of the individual students, sure. Especially when the video is on. And then when you talk to, you surely hear each other.
Each other's voice,
it was built in a nice way so that it would look like a classroom. Sure. But most people were finding it difficult as to how they'll be able to manipulate it. But later on, they became very much familiar. And for that matter, we had a very fruitful class. The lecturer said, everybody, off your mic. You just turn off your audio session or your voice, you turn it off. And when there is the need for the lecturer to listen to the student, then interested ones, there's a particular portion you need to indicate that you have some comment or you have session. All these things, they are built within the platform. Sure. So it makes learning very, very simple and easy and very effective. The most important thing is that we should make up our mind and be willing to embrace the new technology, the 21st century skills that is very needed for us to improve. Now in the workplace, see how machines and all this is working. Our own apostle, Kojosa,
the late.
He was a very great man, sure, who's supposed to be embraced. We are supposed to embrace him. I wonder why the lecturers, science and tech and all those things are not championing him. You see, I was questioning, I don't know why the government is supposed to push a lot of resources and push more of engineers and other people into those fields. You know, the current, the previous minister, he was sponsoring a lot of engineers to pursue courses at UMAT. Takwa. You see, wherever he stands, he was talking about all these things. But the question is, we have a practical man, a man who is able to put the whole knowledge, the engineering knowledge, into practicals. Africa, how many people do we can perform all that he did?
Do we even have someone who went to him and learned his skills?
Yes, I think there are a lot of learners under his apprenticeship. They are learning from the other engineering universities that we have here. But the question is, how much is the government supporting? How much is the government allocating for those areas? When you read budget and other stuff, do we really, okay, let's expect, I believe new government is in place. Maybe as they read the budget, we may be able to, see all these things within it. Because we need to build more of engineering, science, and 21st century knowledge or learners who can speed up development. You see, even though we are a little bit far in terms of development, but when we embrace 21st century skills, I tell you, we can also make some changes and we'll be at par with other countries.
let me ask you this: how are we going to make sure maybe policies or what we should put in place? Talking of what the government and other stakeholders need to put in place to make sure those in the rural communities and low areas are not left behind in terms of this technology and 21st century skills.
In fact, it's a very nice question you have asked, but the issue is, in fact, they are really most often when it comes to development, the rural schools or the community schools, those in the smaller communities, they lack most of the resources. They lack most of the facilities. When it comes to network, electricity, some even the road to their destination is even a big deal. So it is the government. The government is supposed to prioritize development of the rural areas. One is for the government to prioritize the development of the less privileged communities or schools. Okay. You see, if government prioritizes and decides to allocate much resources so that especially electricity and network coverages can get to the those areas, then it will be easy for us to push those gadgets over there. I think some people currently are now pushing this solar energy and all those things. So now, even the deep rural areas, they are able to access information through the television and other stuff. The only challenge is that I think the MTN and other access, they are making things a little bit difficult. But now it is better than the previous. You see, just that they also need to make an effort. Your question again, the second solution is non-governmental organization must also come to their aid. I think government alone cannot take care of these rural areas. There are so many rural areas in this Africa, especially in Ghana. There are so many rural communities. And if government is to take care of, in terms of expanding electricity, network access, okay, and then their road and all these things. In fact, it will be very difficult. You understand? Government can do it a bit by bit, but non-governmental organizations can also come and support. At first, we need to have this organization visiting schools and then pushing hard. What we need to do is to lobby more of these non-governmental organizations and also provide their best to improve the network access. Again, and individuals who are also well-to-do can also step in, because a country is not built on only just a single platform. Do you get it? We need all hands to come together. I say prayer, it's easy to be break. But I'm wondering back as yes, na ye dos no. Nti say ye nyina ye kan ho bom na aban ba na government organization ba na for individual nso wo sika kakra nso eboa abema sa gadget ye na ekọ a betima ukwa na ne baabi a ye kire se baabi eye ekurasi kura me kam che de ba ha du nkwakura no ne yendie
because I forgot capital.
Because capital. Because ho no kranasi one de obetimi access bibia everything. E won pon hia ne say obekọ infant city.
Even some countries access to Wi-Fi no ebinom.
Wow. I remember very well that the new curriculum also came with the intervention. I think one of the party members decided to enroll Wi-Fi all across every senior high school, but it's really not effective. It's really not effective. We need to enhance those, because the Wi-Fi will help us to be able to access teachers. We'll be able to access information. You see, these days, if you are an instructor and you don't do more of research, you are likely to meet students who are very much intelligent than you do. Some students are very challenging. because they do a lot of research before they come to the classroom. And so if you don't do your research before you stand before them, they are likely to disgrace you. So in that case, this Wi-Fi accessibility being connected all over senior high school, and teachers already has been provided with I think laptops and other stuff, we can easily access it. Okay. One thing I'm much happy concerning the intervention of government trying to also prioritize and project this kind of 21st century is about the introduction of, I think, some small allowances that was last week for teachers so that they can cushion them to do more of research. And I believe coming this month, the new government is also going to do more of what was done the previous days. Are you getting it?
Sure.
All these aim at making sure that the technology which the new curriculum want to inculcate into the the new curriculum, so that learners will be much abreast with the 21st century skills, is achieved.
Okay, thank you. I was here at TV. When you go to TV, and I did kind. Yeah, we share. No about more than one like share. No, we just comment. No, I did to my people who want to say to comment section. Ho, na fe intimi and to also subscribe. Say be ya. That then you know it beat me. Education when we be there. Kuye. Etimi Ediama. Yane Mr Emmanuel Ahazi. Ena Edim Komo another. Or educationist and of course a businessman and yes, he have titles na. Yebeche ewa hase. Ma mensamra wonye in some of your submission you made mention of AI. How is AI changing the whole education system?
In fact, AI I knew say artificial intelligence. Idea sometimes a year nyoma ntumi say na bro adwen any intiase so. A bantam pa ankeye. Nukreni ama adesua aye so easy.
Okay.
Aye so easy. Hey, a platform probably you just, if you are confused and you just want to find out about things within a second, now I provide you with answers. Unless there will be some probably a new year here. And answer nya idea a war academic field.
Sure.
But any questions which demands probably answer biano, they make an effort to be able, I don't even know at first, class say objective test cramp no and no to me share platform no to me she share the come nice one. Now more reason here or picking each of the answers. So you can imagine, we are now in a world that things are now very easy. So me, I will be very surprised when students don't perform in this era. I think if we are able to, make learning become much abreast with the technology, in fact, most of the work, the rest will be very easy. Especially most of the learning aspect, a time will come, I believe employment of teachers and all this will be limited.
I was coming there. I was going to ask about this, that
because
you think this technology will fade out teachers?
Oh yes, self-learning. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to even have a teacher in front of you before you learn. This AI, the most important is you develop the technology of asking questions. You see, you should be able to know how to ask those various questions that can guide you and build you academically and help you to be able to analyze things. This artificial intelligence was built purposely to be able to solve societal problems, especially in terms of academic, in terms of workplaces, in terms of any other thing that probably you may need answer to. Is ever ready to do so.
Some people are even replacing their PAs with AI because their personal assistant, what the personal assistant will do, The moment he enters and command the AI will do for him.
Currently, for instance, if you have issue with your grammar and all those things, and probably you want to write probably essay, letter, and all those things, you just have to key in whatever you want to do to point out the main keywords and rearrange them nicely for you and make very meaningful statements. It is all about how to be able to present your case on the platform.
Sure.
So, as we said, it is not bad. Let's embrace it. You see, as the word keeps on, you see, in social studies, say our culture is what? Dynamic. It means that it's keeping on changing. Sure. The culture of education keeps on changing, and we need to embrace it. Even though there is going to be negative side, the negative side is what we are talking about. The negative side is whereby if you're a teacher and you don't want to embrace yourself with the technology, you yourself will fire yourself. Or if you are an employer, I'll say you are an employee. There's a different employer and employee. An individual who is seeking for, let's say, work,
sure,
and you are not equipped with the knowledge of 21st century skills. You need, meaning that you have already fired yourself.
Fired yourself, that's true.
When the moment your boss get an employer or an employee who is very, very equipped with the knowledge of ICT and can do all the work for your boss quickly, probably you are going to be redundant.
Going to lose your job. Sure.
You are going to be redundant because there won't be the essence of you paying you every month whilst you sit in the office without doing anything. You get it?
I got it.
So when they need report quickly, and this man can quickly generate it through the AI, quickly generate it through probably maybe ChatGPT, all these platforms, within a second, probably you are fired.
Sure.
You see? And it also speeding up work. It helps in the workplaces to speed up within some possible time.
Once work too is speed up,
it doesn't delay.
Productivity will also increase.
Productivity will increase.
Sure.
So let's not look at it from the perspective of only redundancy and all those things, but let's embrace the advantages that we are going to enjoy from it. We need to prepare ourselves. We need to prepare our learners, the students, right from the nursery up to the university level. Let's get them prepared. Okay? Let's inculcate the computer programs from nursery up to the university. The major concern has to do with the rural area. Definitely, they may be disadvantaged, but with time to come or time to time, whilst government keeps on doing its best to be able to reach out to them, I believe they will also get the opportunity to be able to make the best out of whatever can be of greater help to the national development.
Thank you. We do appreciate your time and your effort. So without wasting much of your time, I would say, what will be your last take, and what will you tell the general public as the education is taking a different dimension
now? My last word for the public or the audience, let's try our best to embrace technology. Let's put in much of resources. Let's invest more. Let's do more of investment in technology. If a country can position its development at a higher rate, then our focus must be on what do you call it? Technology.
Sure.
Let's build more of engineers through technology. Let's build more of professors through technology. Let's build more of technocrats through technology. You know what I'm saying? If we embrace them and make more of opportunity, let's also learn from the outside. If we cannot have every facility within, let's invite other international bodies who has actually advanced well. Let's learn from them positive. Let's invite them to come in. Do you get it?
Sure.
Because when you do that, it will really help us in diverse way.
Which means we will have hand-on training from experts.
Good. We need to also learn from those who are of master mind, who are technocrats and they have the technical skills within the ICT area. We have only few. Want to look at percentage of people who are much abreast with ICT in Ghana. It is of very low.
Sure.
Very low. But so, I think gradually we'll get there.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for the platform you have also offered to me.
Thank you. That is Mr. Emmanuel Ahazi. He is an educationist and probably a businessman. We discussed more and we delved into education and the current technological trend in education. This is OCAF TV and the program is Insight Exchange. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if today is the first time watching me. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, as we provide most educative and uplifting content here that you're going to take advantage of. So I'm na onye okese se enei oneme etena ye enei ubekwa akotwa dwumadie bi na udi dwuma bi na ubehia pictures videos Amet Studios bomaden na onu won endika subom sanse ono e na ebetwa ede ama wo no atwa ne ye ede ama wo wanko na wo san ho apollo palam ye bepam etimi ede ama woni mra ho so no na said yes ye atwa wo program ne basa ade ama no se betwa ne atwa ne ye with quality picture quality sound quality bibia beko ye etimi de ama wa Amet Studios. Only one ending como na bibia enko ye emfama 0544 538 036 0544 538 036 ayema obefre na fay obo modern na only one ending como bibia beko ye ediama. So oba pamata de na watimi ahye na wo yoba Ghana baby bia da wo tokro bia da wo mu no oba pamata de na wa hye na ososo ho etimi ayefe Africa no address ye eye Vidash clothing Vidash clothing ena wokona onsoso no wetimi asesi o kama pa madin kaka cho se bomodin na man voice note for style ne send no WhatsApp na man voice note na ontimi hwe intimi emwa 0544 626953 0544 626953 midin kwame adamu wata frija hana bre no ema kwan na yedi dwumadi ni na da edi asi da from no yebesanso ehia don't forget say one yen entanso ehia wo ha sei na dwumadi no edo so edebe